Okay, now we're going to talk about reports. In accounting, if you remember, you had to handwrite the reports with a 3-line heading, putting everything in the proper order. Well, you're really going to love how reports are handled in QuickBooks because they are automatically created for you based on all the transactions that you've entered in. So if you go to reports on the menu bar, you have different categories here to choose from. Company and financial has your standard reports, your profit and loss, which is the income statement, and your balance sheet. So let's go ahead and look at the profit and loss standard. Now, very important up here, you will need to put the dates that it is for. So if we choose April 1st, 2013 there, hit the tab key, and then we choose 043013 and hit tab. And so that is for the month of April only. Remember, on a profit and loss or income statement, you do have to have it for a range of time. So this is the profit and loss statement. Notice it shows all of our income accounts and then total income. Then it shows our cost of goods sold, which gets you to gross profit once that's subtracted. Then you take all your regular expenses, add them up, and subtract them, and then you get your net income or net loss. In this case, it is a net loss because it has a minus sign there. Close this report, and we are going to look at another report. We'll look at the balance sheet. Balance sheet standard. Remember, the balance sheet is for 1 day in time. So we will go ahead and type in 043013 tab. Remember, the balance sheet is going to show you all of your assets, your liabilities, and your owner's equity. And assets must equal liabilities plus owner's equity. So first it lists in order all of your current assets. Then it lists all of your fixed assets with their depreciation accounts. Then you get a total fixed assets and a total assets amount. That is the number that needs to be matched. And then we scroll down and we have all of our liabilities listed. Current first, and then long-term. There is our long-term Ford credit auto loan liability. And then you have your equity balance, and the net income is added or subtracted in this case from the equity. And then you have the matching number, total liabilities, and owner's equity. So I am going to close that report. You can memorize reports. If you want the settings for this report to be memorized, then you would click on yes, and then you name that report. So if we wanted to save this we would call this the April balance sheet. And then if we wanted to look at that exact same report again without having to put the date in, then we could go to memorized reports. And then as you can see, the one that we created, balance sheet for April, is there, and it is memorized with the date of April 30th, 2013. Let's look at some of your other reports. You can actually look at your accounts receivable information. You can look at any open invoices. So as you can see, we have 2 open invoices. That means that 2 customers owe us money in accounts receivable. And let's go back to reports. And you can look at sales information. You can look at sales by customer. You can look at that as in summary format or in detail. So let's go to sales by customer detail. It shows exactly what each customer purchased and what they purchased. So for example, we have Haley Miller here, and it shows the bicycles that she purchased and the wheels. Notice up here on any reports you have these little headings. Now you can put your mouse pointer on the little diamond and make it bigger if you cannot see a column fully. So we want to make that item column bigger so we can see everything. We can do that. Also, we'd probably want to see it for the entire month of April, so we're going to type in 043013, hit tab. and that would be our sales by customer detail report. We will memorize that report, and we will make it for April and click OK. Another way you can view reports is to go to the Report Center. It's a more visual way of looking at reports. As you can see, we have the company and financial report category selected, so that's going to show all your profit and loss and your balance sheet and stuff like that. You can click on customers and receivables and see what those reports look like. You can even have graph reports printed out. We can click on our inventory. We can show certain inventory reports. Our inventory valuation, it's going to tell us how much inventory we have and how much it's valued at. Up here you can click on memorized, and then you would get any memorized reports that you have saved. For example, the uncategorized reports are the ones that we actually saved our sales for the balance sheet for April and the sales by customer detail for April. Close that. One other report that we are used to using in accounting is the trial balance reports. You can get an adjusted trial balance, a regular trial balance. Also, you can actually go and look at your general ledger. We'll click on that. And this is a general ledger, and it's going to show you by each account every transaction that was posted to that account. There's your checking account and all the debits and credits that were posted to that account. There's your final checking account balance. We have our savings account there. We have our accounts receivable and every transaction that was posted to accounts receivable. So it looks a lot different than your general ledger that we did by hand, but everything is there and it's automatically done for you.